What if your standard morning breakfast could be the ultimate secret weapon for better performance in the bedroom? I'm Dr. Christine Rodriguez, and here at the Men's Vitality Hub, we focus on the intersection of clinical biology and long-term vitality for men who aren't ready to slow down. Today, we are answering a question that many of my patients in their 50s and 60s ask behind closed doors. How can I restore my circulation without a cabinet full of pills? The answer lies in the biochemical breakfast protocol, a specific way of eating every morning that dramatically boosts blood flow where you need it most. We're going to discuss the science of nitric oxide, a molecule so powerful that its discovery won a Nobel Prize, and how the right foods can turn your body into a natural production plant for it. Stay with me, because toward the end of this session, I'll reveal one superfood that Texas researchers are calling nature's blue pill because of its direct effect on your vascular tissue. To understand why your breakfast matters so much, we have to look at the vascular threshold. Imagine your circulatory system is a complex network of highways. In your 20s, these highways were wide open, clear of debris, and ready for high-speed travel. But for many men over 50, those highways have developed potholes and narrow lanes due to a process called endothelial dysfunction. This is the hidden risk that most men ignore until it's too late. When the lining of your blood vessels, the endothelium, becomes sluggish, it stops producing nitric oxide. Without that molecule, your vessels cannot relax and blood flow to your most sensitive areas is restricted. It's like trying to push water through a kinked garden hose. No matter how much pressure the pump your heart creates, the water just won't flow. By eating specific morning foods, you are essentially unkinking that hose at a cellular level. Still with me? That shows you're serious about your vitality and ready to look at the protocol. Let's start with our first heavy hitter, beets and the nitrate pathway. Many men avoid beets because of the earthy taste, but clinically, they are perhaps the most potent circulation boosters in the grocery store. Beets are loaded with inorganic nitrates. When you chew them, the bacteria in your mouth convert those nitrates into nitrites, which your stomach then turns into pure nitric oxide. A study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology showed that beet juice could increase blood flow to the pelvic region by up to 21% within just 45 minutes of consumption. Imagine this. You're at the breakfast table, and before you've even finished your second cup of coffee, your body is already widening those vascular highways. For my patients who struggle with fading firmness, I recommend 8 ounces of beet juice as a preloading phase for the day. This isn't just about the bedroom, it's about lowering your blood pressure and protecting your heart for the next 30 years. Next, we have to talk about the watermelon paradox. Most people see watermelon as a sugary summer treat, but for a man over 60, it is a pharmaceutical-grade amino acid source. Watermelon is the world's richest source of L-citrulline. Now, why does that matter? When you consume L-citrulline, your kidneys convert it into L-arginine, which is the direct precursor to nitric oxide. Unlike taking an arginine supplement, which often gets destroyed by your liver before it reaches your bloodstream, the citrulline in watermelon survives the journey, leading to a much higher bioavailability. Researchers at Texas A&M University have found that this process helps relax the blood vessels in the same way that certain prescriptions do. I recommend 2 cups of deep red watermelon as a mid-morning snack. This keeps your nitric oxide levels elevated throughout the day, ensuring that when the moment arises, your body is ready to respond. Still with me? We're entering the most important section, the dark green shield. I'm talking about spinach, arugula, and kale. I want you to imagine these greens as a cleaning crew for your arteries. These leaves contain specialized antioxidants that protect the nitric oxide you've already produced from being broken down by free radicals. Think of it this way. The beets and watermelon are the gasoline for your engine, but the leafy greens are the oil that prevents the engine from burning out. Clinical data shows that men who consume at least 2 servings of dark greens daily have a significantly lower risk of erectile issues as they age. If you can't stand the taste of a salad for breakfast, blend them into a smoothie with a handful of berries. The long-term effect is a more resilient cardiovascular system that can handle higher levels of physical activity without fatigue. Now, let's address the guilty pleasure that is actually a medical tool, 70% dark chocolate. Most men think they have to give up everything they love to be healthy, but the flavonols in dark cacao are some of the most powerful vasodilators on the planet. A study in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that dark chocolate significantly improved the flexibility of the arteries in older adults. When your arteries are flexible, they can expand and contract quickly, which is the key to maintaining firmness and stamina. But there's a catch. It has to be at least 70% cacao. Milk chocolate is mostly sugar and fat, which actually damages your blood vessels. 1 square of high-quality dark chocolate with your morning coffee is all it takes to trigger this vascular relaxation. It's a small ritual with a massive biological payoff. A man's health is the foundation upon which his legacy is built. We also cannot ignore walnuts and the omega-3 connection. While beets focus on nitric oxide, walnuts focus on the structural integrity of your blood vessels. They contain a specific type of omega-3 called alpha-linolenic acid, ALA. This fatty acid reduces inflammation in the lining of your vessels. Imagine your arteries are like a smooth slide. Inflammation makes that slide sticky and rough, slowing down the blood. Walnuts grease the slide. A small handful added to your morning oatmeal provides the L-arginine needed for immediate flow and the omega-3s needed for long-term vessel health. I've seen patients who added just 7 walnuts a day to their diet see a measurable improvement in their vascular age within just 3 months. Still with me? This level of detail is what separates a man who is aging from a man who is evolving. Now let's look at the pomegranate pulse. Pomegranate juice is essentially supercharged antioxidant water. It doesn't just help produce nitric oxide, it prevents it from being destroyed by oxidative stress, a major problem for men over 50. In a clinical trial involving men with mild to moderate circulation issues, those who drank pomegranate juice daily for 4 weeks saw a marked improvement in their intimate confidence. Think of pomegranate juice as the security guard for your vascular health. It stands at the door and ensures that the nitric oxide you've worked so hard to build through your diet actually stays in your system long enough to do its job. Finally, we have oatmeal and the fiber flow rule. High cholesterol is the silent killer of masculine vitality. When cholesterol builds up, it creates plaque that physically blocks the blood from reaching the pelvic region. Steel-cut oats contain beta-glucan, a type of fiber that acts like a sponge in your digestive tract, soaking up bad cholesterol before it can enter your bloodstream. By keeping your cholesterol low, you are ensuring that your pipes remain wide and clear. True strength is the result of disciplined choices made every single day. When you combine oatmeal with walnuts and berries, you are creating a vitality power bowl that addresses circulation from 3 different biological angles. Imagine your life 3 months from now. You wake up with a level of energy and physical readiness that you haven't felt in 15 years. You aren't reaching for a pill to fix a symptom, you fix the underlying biological cause. Your heart is stronger, your blood pressure is lower, and your confidence is through the roof because your body is finally online again. This is the power of the Men's Vitality Hub philosophy. We use nature and science to rebuild the man from the inside out. If this deep dive into the biology of breakfast has opened your eyes, I want you to do me a favor. Hit that like button and join our brotherhood by subscribing to Men's Vitality Hub. We are dedicated to the men who know that 50 is just the beginning of their prime. I want to hear from you in the comments. Which of these 7 foods are you going to add to your grocery list today, or have you noticed a difference in your energy since changing your diet? I read every single comment to help me plan our next medical why session. Before we go, one quick word of caution. If you are currently on blood pressure medication or blood thinners, always talk to your doctor before significantly increasing your intake of beets or leafy greens, as they can sometimes interact with your prescriptions. This protocol is about support, not substitution. Consistency is the key. You won't see a change from one meal, but after 14 days of this protocol, your cells will start to respond. You have the science, you have the grocery list, and you have the mission. Take care of your body, stay vital, and I'll see you in the next session.